Okay, now we are going to go around.
Alrighty.
We get plenty of those flavorful types around here, so I guess I've gotten used to it. Who knows, maybe that lady and I would have gotten along had I gotten the chance to talk with her. I'm headed to Remiferia for a business meeting regarding nutritional supplements. I was worried this would throw a wrench in things, but thankfully I got to make some calls at the end. My hosts in Remiferia were very understanding. Sometimes I wish my boss would be like that. Oh well. At any rate, it looks like this detour isn't all for naught. Who knows what more I'll find. Thanks for coming. How do you like the galettes? I've got my signature dish on the menu this evening, so if you're going to stay the night, drop by here for dinner, yeah? I get this was pretty scary for those passengers, but I think they'll be able to relax now with their stomachs full.
Well, take as long as you need.
Okay, I just want to see, like, does it automatically use itself, or how does it work? And I may need that later.
I'll be waiting for you.
Okay, they give you a free rest? That is crazy. Creil Village has its own sort of charm, don't you think? I might as well take in the sights and sounds some more while we're stopped here. I don't really make plans when I travel. I like to just let things happen to me, so I don't mind the chance to learn about new people and places.
Look, a real window. I hope that bus makes it back safe and sound.
If something happens to it, it's just more work and Mira for us.
Of all the times for monsters to crop up, though.
Van, please don't wish for people's misfortune.
I keep hearing on the news about how there are fewer and fewer of them, and yet there they were. I never imagined I'd come face to face with one. Right, I did remember to get in touch with the company about compensating you. Sorry, can't talk much right now. Need to fix up the bus here. My apprentice Kaino, she's over in the factory. She can help you out if you need something. She's still learning, but you wouldn't know it looking at her. She can get your orbit sorted out in a jiffy. I appreciate it, actually. It'd be nice for her to get some real-world experience. Van's pickup truck is parked here, but they don't allow you to leave. Oh, I'm good, I swear, just... Never mind, it's nothing, please, pay me no mind. Thought he was giving me a funny look there. He seems quite on edge. Do you know him from somewhere? Never seen the guy in my life. Dude's a bit fishy, but we got bigger fish to fry. Let's leave him be for now. Hello, side quest. I just came back from a little fishing trip. Did something happen? Hope it's not too dangerous outside the village now. Anyway, I'll be heading back to the capital tomorrow evening. Gotta make the best of these local fishing spots while I've got time. Huh, I was kind of expecting that to be like the start of the fishing stuff, but... yeah. Oh, mister, you were talking about helping people out with jobs around the village. Are you a bracer? I want to be a bracer too. I give off that vibe? Good to know I can pull that off. Wait, so you're not? Actually, yeah, on second thought, you'd be kinda cold and creepy for a bracer. Yeah, I was thinking I could ask you about the main guild branch at the capital. Well, I work in the capital, I do poke my head in there for work sometimes. Why, you thinking about visiting? Yeah, I am. I don't want to just talk the talk, I want to go learn about the guild and how to join it. The sooner the better. Do you know anything about how to join? Well, as far as I know, they don't really do tours or tryout days or that kind of stuff. You just walk in and say, hey, I want to be a bracer, and if they got room, they'll train you. Hell, you could probably walk in right now, as long as they're not too busy. Really? I'd better hurry then. I don't want to miss out. Thanks, mister. I want to visit as soon as I can. See, Van is such a nice role model. Every kid should want to be like him. Ah, you must have come on the bus. I don't believe we've met. If you need anything while you're here, I'll help however as I can as the village mayor. We've been getting more tourists and travelers around this neck of the woods. I've been spending more of my time tending to them lately. We're a simple farming town, as you can see, though some of us do trek out to the city to deliver produce and spread the good word. At any rate, I'll see what I can do to help sort this business out. For now, make yourselves at home here and try to decompress. Hello there, are you here from the capital? We see more and more tourists coming out here from the capital nowadays. Maybe it's our produce deliveries, or maybe it's the atmosphere. Either way, we're sort of making a name for ourselves. Come on, Kent, let's go home, okay? I think Nero's anxious. Maybe he wants to sleep. I want to stay outside. There's so many new people to play with. Annie, there's a crab. You get way too excited, Kent. Something about that old man really scared me. I wonder what he was doing all the way out here in the village.
Alrighty.
What's wrong, Nero? Usually you're running around a lot more. Hi there, Mr. Crab. You don't mind if I catch you, right? I bet Annie and Nero will flip when I show them. Ah. Hold on, I swear I know you from somewhere. Have you dropped by our store before, the one right over there? Nope, never been. Really? Could have sworn I... Oh wait, you frequent that bistro in this old town, right? They source some of their produce from us, and I'm the delivery guy. Small world, huh? Oh yeah, now that you mention it, I remember seeing your truck before. So the old man gets his veggies from all the way out here, huh? Quite a hike. That it is, I've been working this job for about a year now. Never got the chance to say hi to Edith, but if we run into each other again, feel free to chat me up.
Whoa! That huge thing's turning just from the wind? I've never seen one of these up close in person before.
Curious about the windmill, are you? This here is my prize grain thresher. It does its job plenty well. Veggies and galettes are well and good, but they say bread and butter for a reason. We're part of the Republic's breadbasket with the wheat we produce. Sorry, I was just lost in thought there. Now, I don't think I've seen you around. Are you a traveler, or did I just forget your face? Don't mind us, Pops. We're just asking around about some stuff. Do you remember anything about a group of Jaegers who stopped by a while back? Jaegers? Well, yes, that does ring a bell. Some of them came by the shop, I think. That was the week before... Never mind, I think that was someone else. The more I try to remember, the more foggy it gets. I don't think I'll be much help, sorry. Don't sweat it, we'll loop back with you later. Sometimes it just pops back into your head like that, you know? Sorry, youngin', I'm just too much of an old fogey to remember things clearly.
Hello?
Canvas tote. Gift for Anya's. Thing is, I literally can't afford that. Yeah. Against my better judgment.
So long.
You better be worth it. Okay. So we can't use it now.
Ladder launched!
Oh, there we go.
Thank you.
I know my ancestors came here from the east. Apparently they were pretty big blacksmiths back in the day. Kinda was really into that stuff growing up, but now she's gone and joined the factory instead so she can be a real professional. More power to her, I say, but all this newfangled factory stuff's a far cry from the smiths of old. How did you find our galettes? Not a lot of people know that their unique taste comes from the traditionally eastern flour we use. From what I hear, my family imported buckwheat flour to the village from the east. Welcome. You must be travelers. You must be the travelers I heard about. How can I help you? Anything you need done with your ordnance? Maintenance, maybe? You just leave it to me. I'm no greenhorn despite what the boss says. Thanks. We might hit you up for that in a bit, but right now I want to ask you some questions. You recall seeing a band of Jaegers come by around 10 days ago? Jaegers? Actually, yeah. I think I saw the boss talking to this Jaeger-looking girl. That would have been what? Night before last, pretty sure. Guessing she needed work done on her weapon. Or some supplies, maybe. No, I think it might have been something else. She asked to borrow our truck. So I think she was doing some hauling that night. Hauling what? I don't know. Yeah, that is odd, coming out alone under the cover of darkness just to haul stuff around. I know, right? Made me awfully curious. At the time I thought, like, maybe she just needs some tools or equipment or something. Maybe for fixing up their guns or other stuff. Good to know, thanks. People at the inn said she came through 3 days ago. But then she came back the following night because she talked to the factory boss the night before last.
What do you need?
Aw, man. So, what's-her-face is able to use the leather grip. Like, this gives you more evade, makes you a little tankier. I don't really want to lose that much magic evade on Anya's, though. That is a lot of movement. Jeez. Problem, though, is we pay heavily in terms of speed. Especially Anya's. So yeah, I think I want to leave her stuff alone. Well, I'll leave both alone, thank you. So that would be a 20-point change. Much bigger one for her.
There you go. Thanks. What do you need?
Has a chance to inflict rot. Like, this one's a little tempting because of the burn and the blind, but ooh, breath. Chrono drive. Oops. Eh. Can't afford that one. Out of curiosity, what quartz do you offer? Still the type 1, so that's why I don't want to go too heavy in those. Although, truth be told, what's-her-face needs one of these, I think. I have a spare impede. Okay, since that's the longer line, it offers more. That's what it is. Okay, good enough. Go too heavy.
There you go. Thanks.
A lot of this was against my better judgment.
That's a single element slot.
Yeah, I'm not gonna use those, though, that's the thing.
Skills updated. Better check them out. Modifying
Switching
your
to
ornament,
maintenance
are you?
mode. Switching to
Modifying
maintenance
your
mode.
ornament, are you?
Huh. So I actually need to put strike here.
New shard skill
Switching
added.
to maintenance
Mode
mode.
engaged.
Switching
wait.
to
Modifying
maintenance
your
mode.
ornament, are you?
Switching to
Maintenance mode,
maintenance
that one's a
mode.
single element slot. That one's a single element slot.
If I were to put action there, chance of that.
Looks like a new shard skill. That one's a single element slot.
Yeah, I have a feeling a lot of this stuff just doesn't matter much yet.
Looks like a new shard skill. Maintenance mode engaged.
Oh well.
Oh, you must be travelers. Oh, come and see.
Hello there, how may I help you? Our veggies are still good in the city, of course, just not as fresh. They're their best when you buy them here, straight from the farm. I sell produce direct from the farmer, so you're getting the freshest possible veggies.
Why, hello. Thank you.
Alright, time to wrap this up. Come to think of it, I saw Kent and Annie playing down by the river today. Now, Kent's unstoppable, I tell you. Annie, though, she's nothing like him. I love them both to death, of course. Just funny to see how different they ended up. Welcome to the Creil Chapel. Oh, something the matter? No, just... Are you from the Central East, by chance? It was a little weird seeing someone like you out here. Some do find it strange, yes. Central Eastern, though I may be, I was born and raised here in Creil. I did make my pilgrimage to the Holy City for training. I was approached to serve in temples there, but the Holy City wasn't where my heart was. I wanted to come back here to serve this village I call home. Makes sense. A lot of hometown pride, huh? Looking back, I noticed a bunch of immigrants here. They all just meshed together. Indeed, Creil's a tight-knit place. It's hard to be a stranger here. Our sense of community binds us closer together than any color or creed. This village really does feel like one big family. It's like everyone knows each other. It almost feels like home to me. Welcome to the Creil Chapel. I don't believe we met. Might you be travelers, then? I do hope you enjoy your stay here. I heard there was some sort of accident nearby, but I don't believe it's much to worry about. Are you here to see the ruins by chance? You can find them in the hills nearby. It's not quite as well known as other archaeological sites, so you're likely to get the area all to yourself if you choose to visit. Okay, green first. Pardon me. I've heard that you take jobs like bracers do, yes? I've got a bit of a problem and I need some help. Would you be willing to hear me out? Sure, but bear in mind I ain't a bracer. I do a job if I feel like it. And I charge more than they do, too. You good with that? Of course, just as long as the price is still reasonable. Easy. Doubt I'll need to charge you too much. It'll just depend on how complicated the job is. Thank you very much. You see, I'm stumped on what to do. I've been trying to make soba noodles, and they're just not turning out right. Someone from the city like yourself might know what I'm doing wrong. Soba noodles? Dish made from buckwheat flour, kneaded and cut into noodles. I recall from a book that soba noodles are popular in Eastern cuisine, Far Eastern specifically. Bingo. You two ever had any by any chance? It's popular street food back in the capital. Has its fans for sure. Pretty simple to make, but it's got a really deep flavor and it smells like nothing else. Is it really? Dang it, now I'm hungry. I felt the same when the mayor told me about it the other day. So I figured I might as well try to make some myself for the Harvest Festival. I went around and asked the villagers for advice, and some of them do know about those sorts of recipes. Well, it's been a bit of a flop. I haven't been able to get the flavors right. The Harvest Festival, I think I read an article about it in the paper. Right, now I remember, they celebrate every autumn, right? That would mean this year's is right around the corner. So, I ain't exactly a cook. But I can try and give you some pointers based on the soba I've had in the capital. I think that would be a big help since you have that point of reference. Hearing about new experiences from new people is really interesting to me. Thank you for hearing me out. Your thoughts, Van? She's eager for help, but... Not really a job for a Spriggan, but we've got the time. Alright, I'll take it on. I always make sure to do the job right, so I want some good soba out of this. Thank you so much, I'll do my best. I'm getting excited for some noodles myself. So where do we start with this? Good question. So you said you tried to make some and it didn't go so hot. What about them didn't come out right? The flavor was off and so was the appearance. The dough turned out powdery when I was cutting it, like it wasn't put together very well. It took me so much effort to cut it that it just sort of mangled the dough. The result didn't even look like noodles. The outside was all soggy and wet, but the inside was still chalky. It didn't even soak evenly at all. That implies something might have gone wrong when making the dough. Perhaps there's more to making it than ordinary bread dough. And then the flavoring sauce, I tried to mix it up and make a flavor more familiar to the villagers here. So I ended up using basil as my base. It wasn't inedible per se, but it didn't seem quite right. Sounds like you leapt before you looked there. Best to stick to the recipe. Well, yes, you're right. So there's a lot to unpack here, but before we can dive in, we'll need to figure out how to make the stuff ourselves. So you said you learned about the dish from some of the villagers, right? Yes, mostly from Mayor Wang and Motona. They were a great help. Both can trace their roots to the east, so they had a general idea of how the recipe went. That's as good a place to start as any. Feel free to kill some time until we're done asking around. Of course, thank you for your help.
Time to start working.
So I remember Motona. Oh, so square... Starting to give me Final Fantasy II vibes. And not in a good way.
Let me ask you something.
Oh, you mean that recipe Giovanna asked about? Admittedly, I'm not too familiar with the recipe itself, but I know plenty about its ingredients. Buckwheat is my specialty. That's been passed down my family tree for generations. As millers, we know our wheat. Really now, that's wild. Guess I shouldn't be too surprised, though. What with the galettes being the big thing here. Yep. It was my family that first imported buckwheat flour to the village, in fact. So I dare say it's in my blood. So how do you make buckwheat dough? There are two main ways you can do it. Simple way is just use only buckwheat flour. It's called 100% dough. Second is mix buckwheat flour with standard wheat flour. You can play around with the ratio of buckwheat to wheat, and that can change the dough pretty significantly. Most common ratio is 80% dough, that's 80% buckwheat and 20% wheat. So the way you make the dough isn't always the same. There's more to this than I thought. The more buckwheat you have in the dough, the easier it dries out. So working with higher buckwheat ratios takes more skill, especially when you're kneading it. That's about the gist of it. A lot more complicated than I gave it credit for. Thanks for the crash course. My pleasure. Give my regards to Giovanna, would you? Let's give it a crack and see what we come up with. Right. So I was curious if topics pop up for literally anyone.
Let me ask you something.
Is this about Giovanna's soap efforts? I'm sorry to hear that she's having trouble with it. But I do appreciate you helping her. I hope she gets the recipe just right. Well, the field's not my forte, but I make sure I always do the job right. You can leave it to us. That's the spirit, young man. As for the soba, I can give some insight on the sauce if you'd like. My mother was born quite far to the east. She became skilled preparing their cuisine growing up. From what I remember, soba sauce is made by first preparing a base soup stock, then adding the flavor of choice to it. Can you tell us more? The flavoring is a blend of various spices and sauces, usually local to the area. When the blend is finished, you mix it into the soup stock. Soba stock would traditionally use kelp or dried bonito, to my knowledge. But there are many other bases you can use: dried vegetables, mushrooms, sardines, and the like. Really, anything goes so long as it tastes good. So you can personalize the flavor of the soba that way, I see. But kelp and bonito don't appear to be common ingredients here, at least I'm not particularly familiar with them. Probably bigger out in the east. I see, we can probably use stuff more common around here instead. So what should we make the soup stock out of? Giovanna mentioned basil. Basil would work in a pinch, sure. But I'm thinking if we want to really make the soba pop, we should get something stronger. Seafood's a good bet. We'll just need something we can find around here. Shrimp, maybe? Can we get some of that? As it so happens, some of our merchants do carry that. Shrimp is common in Eastern cuisine, so you should be able to find some from specialty merchants. I think I have some in my house, in fact. If you'd like it, you need only ask. Perfect. Hopefully we don't gotta raid your pantry, but if we do, we'll let you know. Nice, our ingredients are secured. Secured indeed, mission accomplished. Thank you for your help, Mayor Wang. My pleasure. I see some wonderful soba in my future. That should be good enough. I think we have a good grasp on the subject now. So do we go back to Giovanna's now? Actually, no, I think we're still missing something. And what would that something be? A secret spice, that's what. Nothing wrong with sticking to the basics, but I say if we're making our own, we put a little spin on it. Something off the beaten path, you know? Maybe something that grows around here. How about local plants? We could probably find some stuff down by the creek. Not sure what you mean, but you sound really confident about it. I trust you on this one. Cool, if we don't find anything, no biggie. Bingo. Oh, and that was on the map the whole time. Look at this right here. It's a weed or something. Is that even edible? I don't believe I've seen a plant like this before. Yeah, this here is what's called a fresh ingredient. City slickers, take note. They aren't common in the Central East, so I can imagine you don't see any out there either. Van took the plant by the stem and plucked it. Now, Far Eastern spice recipes call for wasabi. And while this ain't the same thing, it's still called mountain wasabi, and for good reason. Packs a hell of a kick. So yeah, this'll do just fine. You shred this up, grind it into a paste, and bam, instant winner. I see, so this is what raw horseradish looks like. Interesting. So is it similar to other kinds of radishes? Oh boy, you don't want to eat this like other radishes, no. Might as well kiss your tongue goodbye if you do. Is it really that strong? I'm not a picky eater, you know, I can take it. Now I'm eager to try horseradish and soba noodles both. I think that about does it then. Let's bring Giovanna up to speed. Obtain the horseradish. So I see the green marker, which I assume is her. Yeah, we picked up a lot of stuff from the villagers. Thank you very much. If possible, I'd like to try and make another batch, and you can guide me as I'm making them. Would that work for you? Teacher or ditcher? Sure thing. Thank you. Let's move to my kitchen. Oh heavens, I forgot my house is just a mess right now. I'm sorry, could you give me just a minute to clean up? What timing? If you're in need of a kitchen, mine is ready and waiting. Mayor Wang. I thought I'd stop by and see how things were going. Good that I did. Best to strike while the iron's hot. No, you'd be welcome to use my kitchen instead of cleaning yours up first. She's just gonna trash your joint, dude. Thanks so much. I'll gladly accept. Let's head for the mayor's house, then. I'll just need to stop by my house real quick to grab some cookware and ingredients. Sure, we'll help you carry whatever you need. This is getting really exciting. I do look forward to these noodles we'll make. Well, make yourselves at home. My husband told me you'll be borrowing our kitchen. Help yourselves to whatever you might need. We'll be upstairs if you need anything from us. Don't hesitate to bug us if you run into trouble. I'm looking forward to seeing how your noodles come out. Thank you both so much. I promise they'll be worth the wait. Now then, we have the kitchen, we have the ingredients. All that's left is to put it all together. Do let me know if anything seems off to you. I'm counting on you. Sounds good. Glad to help. I can't wait. So first and foremost, the dough. I remember that you use 100% buckwheat, or you can substitute wheat to make a ratio of your choosing. At the time, I figured, well, the more buckwheat the merrier, so I just went all in with it. So you went for 100%. I did, yes. Should we stick with 100% dough, then? Shouldn't you... What were the Well, they don't give you the precise number, so, I guess we just play it safe and buck the trend, because that would be your, 50-50 ratio or whatever. Not to be pushy, but I think a lower ratio would be better, like 80-20. Matona was telling me about how 100% dough is really tricky to work with. Dries out before you know it. So adding some standard wheat into the mix should help when you're kneading it. I see. Well, it does make sense. Let's go ahead and do 80% buckwheat then. Now to knead it. Goodness, you're right. It's so much more hydrated than before. This is much easier. This should hold up better when I cut it. I think the ratio really was the secret. Smells good too. It's looking great already. I'm excited to see the completed dish. Right, onto the sauce now. I think the stock was where I went wrong last time. I tried using basil and it didn't turn out very well. What would you recommend instead? So, we were told by Wang to go ahead and use the shrimp. Let's try using shrimp this time. Mayor said he had some in his pantry. Don't imagine they'll have a problem with us borrowing some, long as we offer them a bowl. Shrimp, I see, I see. Let's try that then. I'll go and find the shrimp for her. I'll keep an eye on the pot for her when it starts boiling. Van and company made themselves busy helping Giovanna with the noodles. Under their watchful eyes, the dish was finally assembled. So are those like dried shrimp if they're in a pantry? Because otherwise you're supposed to refrigerate seafood, I thought. I'm just saying. Now this is superb. The smell alone makes my mouth water. So these are proper soba noodles. I've never had them before, but they look scrumptious. I'm flattered. I couldn't have done it without all of your help. Now let's see how it tastes, shall we? Hell yeah, man. I'm starving. Thank you for treating us. Thanks. Van and company dug right in. Wow. Tastes really funny, but in a good way. It's delicious. Can I have seconds, please? Yeah, the hint of shrimp with that earthy note from the buckwheat. That right there is a winner. 5 stars. I'd wolf them down again. I can really taste the natural flavors in this dish. This is almost like a sample of the entire region. You mentioned this was a Far Eastern recipe. This stands out even among them. It's unlike anything I've eaten before. I really wasn't expecting the flavor profile to be so complex. It turned out simply wonderful. This does bring me back. The taste is always so comforting to me, no matter how long I go between bowls. I dare say you've mastered this recipe. Make sure you try some of the horseradish too, hey? It's freshly shredded, so it'll really light up your taste buds. Good point. I might as well give it a try. Wonder how it might complement the noodles. You told us just a little bit, right? I don't see the harm in adding a little more. I can take the spiciest of Central Eastern recipes, so this'll be cake. Agnes and Fairy decided to try the horseradish with their noodles. What is that? It's not just spicy. I can't even taste the noodles anymore. I really don't like that. I prefer the noodles by themselves. Goodness, this is strong indeed. I imagine that's to do with how fresh it is. It's acidic at first, but the aftertaste is quite pleasant. I can see the appeal. It's just an acquired taste. Yep, it's a very mature flavor, not for the faint of heart. But once you try it, it hooks you. You don't like it, though. That ain't a problem. You can just have it as it is instead. The buckwheat's plenty flavorful on its own. Why do I feel like I just lost a fight? Van is quite the seasoned eater, isn't he? There's something admirable about that. Appetites thoroughly whetted, the group made quick work of their soba noodles. Thank you all so much. I'm glad I was able to do the recipe justice. Now I just need to practice it so that come festival time they'll be even tastier. Looking forward to it. I'm glad I got to try Far Eastern cuisine for myself. This really was delicious. Thank you very much for the meal, Giovanna.
That takes care of that. Looks good to me.
Got 2.
Or deposited.
1,000 Mira. Pure Law. Oh, it's Garland. Is he gonna knock us all down? Pup's been on edge lately. Just got back from a hunt and I heard the news. You telling me monsters attacked a bus? Yeah, I was rolling by the village and it just got jumped. We fought them off though, no injuries to the passengers. Good, good. They were lucky to have you there. Something about that attack rubs me the wrong way. I noticed the monsters were acting all sorts of weird out in my hunts. Oh, you've seen them firsthand? What specifically was strange about them? So I run into these packs of wolves around the village sometimes, and I've noticed them getting a lot more territorial recently. Can't really call it violent or aggressive though. It feels like something else. So the monsters are on edge? Or otherwise acting up? And that's what I'm noticing, yeah. It doesn't feel like anger, it feels like fear. I don't know what could be rattling them so hard though. They hadn't been causing trouble until now. You'll watch yourselves out there. Don't mean to nag you though. Doubt you need me to remind you. Oh no, by all means, thank you for the warning. Take care on your hunts. Savan, does that mean... Maybe. We don't know for sure that the wolves that hounded the bus were acting the same way. All we know is it could have been something else. But that's a good guess, so let's keep it in mind. spoke to him already. So you were the guys who saved those passengers. You have my thanks. No problem. Mind if I ask you a few questions? Trying to look into the attack myself. I see. I do appreciate your help, but I'm not sure I want to get wrapped up in that whole situation myself. Oh, you'll be fine. Real jiffy, I promise. And full disclosure here, we're acting on the authority of a certain intelligence department. What? You don't mean the CID? Let's just say I got the big boys on speed dial. Wait, what is he talking about? He's very good at stretching the truth. He's not technically lying, but... Well, I suppose it won't kill me. What do you want to ask about? So we're looking into this band of Jaegers that blew through the town maybe 10-ish days ago. We're thinking they might have come back recently. You see anything that fits the description? Yeah, actually, I do recall bumping into a shady woman loitering around here. She was in the area alone on my patrol 3 nights ago. I saw her again the following night. That has to be her. You said she was alone? She was, yeah, I found that strange myself. And that she only showed up at night made her even more suspicious. I see. Do you know what her motive might have been? Can't say for certain. None of the villagers reported assault or stolen goods at the time. And it's not unheard of for Jaegers to stop you for supplies. I don't see any criminal intent in her behavior, suspicious though it was. Fair enough. I guess she stands out just by being a Jaeger, even if she ain't caused trouble. What we do know now is that she came back twice. Well, after her unit came through.
Alright, let's go monster hunting. To the highway we go.
Shouldn't we talk to some more people before we head out?
Nah, we've gotten every scrap of info they have to give.
And that is true, we literally spoke to everyone we could find. Thief! Thief! He stole my bike, the bastard! Are you alright? Yeah, I'm okay, just... This guy came walking up to me just now, middle-aged, but I couldn't really catch his face. He muttered something about needing to get away in a hurry, and then he nicked my bike. Son of a... It's more than a bike to me. He's gonna pay for this. That's just incorrigible. Van, we should give chase. But wait, wouldn't this count as a job? Do we need to get an agreement first? Normally this would be police work. Normally. But who knows how long their response time might be. We're right here and they're not. Got a sec? We're a group called Arkwright Solutions. I can get your bike back for a price. What kind of price? You're the ones who saved the bus from those monsters, aren't you? Then yes, please, I'll hire you. That bike means the world to me. We've crisscrossed the whole country together on my fishing trips. If you can catch up to him and get it back, then I'll pay you whatever you want. I don't have much, but I won't have anything without my bike. Let's then. Well, I was thinking about scouring the highway anyway. Convenient little excuse we got here. Let's hit the road, gang. Might still be able to catch him on foot. Okay, let's be off.
Time to start working.
Burgled bike started. This road is surrounded by so much natural beauty, and the air is so crisp and fresh. It's too bad the monsters here and there are spoiling such lovely scenery. On the plus side, they don't seem as riled up as they did when they attacked that bus. As long as we don't go out of our way to provoke them, I don't think there'll be a problem. I agree, just be aware that could change at any moment. I don't think enough time's passed since the bus incident for us to let our guards down here. Stay alert. We will. So I wonder how they do the special enemies here. Oh. So I was thinking of stuff like the Rhinocider and that monkey, I forgot what it's called. Gordius. Whoa, it's dead already.
That's how it goes.
EP2.
No enemies nearby.
Switching to maintenance mode. Single element slot access.
Blah. Okay, so, does this literally not do anything for her weapon?
New shard skill added.
It's closer to that, but... Oh, EP2 is an earth element. Never mind, I was thinking of the previous games. I remember now.
Beginning engagement. Brace yourself. There. Let's keep moving ahead. This could get tricky with so many.
Take a stun! Take! You picked the wrong guy to fight.
You're a true professional, then. Arts your best on this end. Beginning countdown. Show them what you're really capable of.
Take this out!
Launching ambush. No!
You picked the wrong guy to fight.
You kick butt, man.
There! Gotcha! You picked the wrong guy to fight.
Don't forget about your charge attack.
Take
Activating charge. Ooh, a treasure chest.
Tira Bomb. Okay, there's stuff to smash out here.
Let's get to work.
Don't forget about your charge attack.
Take the stun. So, what's the verdict? Find anything strange?
Nice work. Nope, nothing that fit the hunter's description anyway. Let's try searching around just a little. This fighting's taking a real toll.
We'll do the buckwheat cookie.
Love me a sugar rush. Take this.
Arts attack device. Mounting battle. Proceed with caution.
That's a load of crap.
I'll take you on. There.
Have some more.
Very.
A boost would work. Activating skill.
There we go.
Well, this sucks.
There we go.
Could really use a nap.
Well, I guess this is how we're going to end up using all the healing items.
Whew, I am stuffed.
Don't forget about your charge attack.
Take this out. Good work, guys. We all in one piece?
I won't stop here. I'm stronger than ever.
Looks like a check. Gotcha!
I can live with this.
Nice job, Agnes.
An enemy mob. Want to clear him out?
Nice. That went great.
You kick butt, man.
Take this out. Nice. That went
That
great.
looks like a nice You're chest. A true professional, then.
Twinkling ring.
That's how it goes.
I'm powered up. Ooh, a a treasure chest!
EP charge 2.
Ooh, a treasure chest!
Rot.
No enemies.
Wrong thing.
Maintenance mode engaged.
Weapon or extra only.
That one's a single element slot. That one's a single element shard. Skills updated.
Switching to maintenance mode.
Modifying your orbment, are you?
Switching to maintenance mode.
Shifting to maintenance mode.
Switching to maintenance mode.
Maintenance mode engaged.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on her. She's more likely to attack. I'm not entirely impressed by it.
That looks like a nice chest.
150 Sepith Mass. Breakable stuff just doesn't stand out as much as it used to. Do you think this is that man's stolen bicycle? That's what I put my money on. Sure wasn't here when we passed him in the truck. Looks to be partially damaged, unfortunately. But at least we can recover it for him. Now I'm just curious what happened to the man who stole it. Yeah, the owner told us the thief said he mentioned needing to run away from something, didn't he? And why would he just discard it here? I'm guessing something happened that they weren't counting on. This might be a peaceful area, but there's still monsters around. It ain't hard to guess what could have happened. That sounded like a wolf howling. Hey, Zeit must be in this game. I can sense a bunch of monsters around a single point a little ways away. Do you think the bicycle thief is under attack? Could well be. Let's get move on in the direction that we heard the howl from. I think we need to speak with the thief before we can call this case closed. Let's hurry. Ah, it's further ahead. Well, this is a mess. Looks like they're fighting over who gets to eat him. Who are you? Like I care who you are, just help me, please. They just came at me all of a sudden. They're gonna have me for... Keep your voice down, you'll just provoke them. Are you okay? Not more wolves. There's something off about them. Half of the wolves just ran away. Looks like the other half aren't going to back down so easily, though. Someone's really got them in a frenzy. Just how red their eyes are. I want to know what's happened to make them this way, but they aren't going to wait for us to find out. At least we don't have to deal with as many of them as I thought. Let's do this.
Time for you to focus. Do your worst.
A boost would work here.
Keep it up. It's working.
Activating skill.
Target locked. You're trapped.
A chance!
Use a shard boost to get the upper hand. Give it your all.
Think fast!
Ah, crap, I just noticed the plus thing. I could have popped that. Oh well.
I won't lose. Blame cross.
All on yet.
I'll take you on.
Starting to think I'm gonna need breath a lot sooner than I realized.
Blaze, protect us. Activating drive.
I'll dice you up.
Perfect chance.
Energy output at maximum.
Pull out all the stops.
Activating skill.
Target locked. You're trapped. There. Yes. They're stunned. Here goes.
I can't take much more.
They're stunned. You're open.
A chance.
Just barely.
Use a shark boost to get the upper hand.
Oh well.
I'll dice you up.
That takes care of them. I apologize if I'm wrong, but did you recently steal a bicycle? If you did, we'd like to ask you a few questions. Yeah, that's me. Go ahead, I'm not going to try and fight you. What was that? Between the wolves that attacked that bus and the ones we just had to fight, something definitely is not right here. It's like they're being controlled by fear somehow, but I can't put my finger on it. Are you alright, Van? We still haven't questioned our suspect. Right. We're Arkwright Solutions. We're here on behalf of a guy who had his bike stolen. We managed to recover it, but I don't think just getting that back is going to satisfy our client. Why do you steal it at all? Come on, fess up. Don't play dumb with me. There's no way you're here on behalf of that guy. You came to Creil to shake some mirror out of me, didn't you? What are you talking about? Do you know him, Van? Nope, I know he's on that bus, but I never met him before that. What's going on? That's what I want to know. Then you're not a debt collector from the companies I owe money to? Really? Nope, we're Arkwright Solutions, like I just said. I'm not gonna say we never do debt collection work, but we haven't been asked to come for you, that's for sure. Oh, adios, what a relief. I did all that for nothing. So the reason you stole that bicycle is because you assumed Van was a debt collector and wanted to run away from him? Yeah, I've borrowed a lot of money from a bunch of different places over the years. It's gotten to the point where I'm too deep in to get out. So I figured my only hope was to flee abroad. That's how I ended up on that bus. But I saw you as soon as we arrived in Creil, and I could tell you were a pro. I was convinced that you had to be someone who came to collect my debts. After that, I was just looking for an opportunity to flee as far away as possible. And when that opportunity presented itself, you stole some guy's bike and rode off, only to get surrounded by monsters immediately after. Well, I'm glad we were able to clear up that misunderstanding between us. How about we go back to the village for now, then? There's no guarantee that more monsters won't come for us, and we need to return that bicycle to its owner. I think it's a good idea. Don't try and run away from us again, you hear? I won't. I doubt I could escape from you guys even if I wanted to. Then off we go.
I can't take much more.
You're fine. Looking for one of the ones that gives CP.
That was yummy. That was yummy. That was yummy.
Okay, we got our 10 defense. Actually, real quick. Okay, so we have to go over here to collect them. That's good to know. Okay, I have a lot of stuff here. Holy crap. Like, I'm not even really looking to see what I got, I'm just taking it so we can move on. I can look off camera. 10 U materials, and we have a... What was that? 1,000 Mira and almost 1,000 Sepith mass. So yeah, I think going forward I'm probably going to do like I did for Citizens of Earth, load the map, clear it out, not interact with anything other than stuff I smash. Do these suckers respawn?
This could get tricky with so many.
I actually am interested in doing a 6-monster fight, but I think this is only 5.
Messing that. Proceed with caution. You did it!
You're in over your head, Pooch. It's stuff like this that has me worried about trying to do that for the future. Hey, is everyone alright? Kyle, I didn't expect you to leave the village. You really were sweating over that bike, huh? Though I'd be the same if it was my truck, so I can't say I don't get how you feel. Speaking of the truck, why didn't you use that to chase after the bike? I think that about sums up all that happened. Your bicycle is now officially back in your hands, even if it is a little worse for wear. Thank you so much, I'm just happy to have it back. I'm glad we were able to help you. Right, I need to ask about how much you charge. Hope I got enough to cover your costs. If it'll cost more than about 20,000 Mira, I might need to pay in installments. We don't charge anywhere near that. We're not here to rip you off, you know. We're a little more expensive than the Bracer Guild, but we only charge for time spent and necessary expenses. Really, what a relief. You're clearly really good at what you do, so I thought you'd charge an arm and a leg. I'll make sure to wire you your money later, then. Right, it's time for you to talk about what to do about our friend here. How do you want us to handle this? If you got any requests, we're all ears. I really am sorry for stealing it. It was all just a stupid misunderstanding on my part. I know. How about I pay these guys in your place? It might take me a while to gather the money, though. So please, give a guy a break. Well, if he means what he says, my heart says to forgive him. Feels like he shouldn't get off almost completely scot-free after stealing someone's property, though. You don't have any good ideas on what to do in a situation like this, do you? Oh, no. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I know how we'd handled it as warriors, but I know it's not the same here. How about we have him sign some kind of legally binding document? I suspect there's an even better way of handling this, though. We're dealing with a guy who's already on the run from his debts. If we go soft on him, he's not going to take this seriously. One option is just hand him in to the authorities and do this by the book. Kinda bugs me to leave the client's bike damaged, too. It's not fair on him at all. Maybe we can have the thief work here in town to raise the money to repair it. What should we do? So, they don't actually tell you what it is exactly. Well, being a hero, we have to make sure he doesn't rip anyone else off, so in you go. I'm thinking we should do this by the book and let the law handle it. In other words, hand him into the police station here in Creil. We managed to recover the bike already, but he still committed a crime. He needs to answer for it. You make a good point. What? Unfortunately for him, this is going to make it a lot harder to run from those debt collectors if they do show up. That's better than being kicked out of the village and eaten by monsters. I mean, you're right, but I guess it is time to pay the piper. I'll go along with him and explain what happened to the officer in charge. Thanks. We should make our way back to the village now, then. Or we can all grow as a group, you know, safety in numbers and all that, but that would make sense. Hey, you guys. Oh, do you have business outside the village? Yeah, but we got it all wrapped up now. How's the bus holding up? It's nothing that can't be fixed, but it'll take us the rest of the day to get it up and running again. Thankfully, my supervisors were understanding. They said we can head back tomorrow morning. Still, I'm sorry about this whole situation. You said you were headed to some country called Remiferia, right? Yeah, and it's not exactly a stone's throw away from here. And I really don't want to make the trip at night, so we had to make lodging arrangements for all the passengers. Oh really? How'd you work that out? I didn't think the inn had enough rooms for everyone. We actually have a village hall where people can stay in an emergency. I'm letting the passengers stay there tonight free of charge. It's really nice of you. I'm sure they're all breathing a sigh of relief. Plus the one dude gets to stay in a cell. Yeah, we owe him big time, and our company isn't about to let that debt go unpaid. Speaking of which, they also agreed to pay you, too. They'll wire the mirror to you soon. Heck, they might have already done it by now. Nice, appreciate the business, my man. And if you ever find yourself in another jam, just give us a ring. Van's group went to the police station and explained the situation to Senior Officer Wally. Kyle was formally questioned about what had transpired, and Nathan was taken into police custody.
All in a day's work.
Huh, so that was more than normal. Huh. That's good to know, I guess. Alright, we're making headway in our investigation. We now know for sure that Ida was here 3 days ago. Not only that, but she was also spotted the following day. We also learned that the monsters around here are acting strange. Don't know what to make of that yet. I feel like the puzzle pieces are coming together, but we're still a few short of the full picture. We'll worry about that later, though. It's about time we head on back to the inn. What? We're staying here? There's no way Ida is still in the village. Shouldn't we be out there looking for her? Not tonight. There's no telling where she might have gone, and I'm not about to go on a wild goose chase. She could be in Romafuria, Orad, Nord Highlands, the list goes on. Besides, I'm catching a whiff of something, and it ain't the gillettes. Something smells fishy here. What do you mean exactly? Are you talking about the monsters? Yeah, they're part of it too. Anyway, you gotta be prepared to head back to the capital tomorrow, Agnes, with or without us. Yes, I know. I'll take a look at the bus schedule soon. But first, we should check in at the inn. Good idea. The passengers aren't staying there, so they should have an open room or two. Well, here we are. I'm sorry that we didn't have more than one room for you all. Oh no, that's on us. We should have thought to book 2 rooms in advance. Those beds look super comfy. It's like they're inviting me to climb in, curl up, and conk out. We're thinking about eating at around 7. I'll have one of those sweet galettes. Coming right up. I'll be sure you get the finest we have. In the meantime, please make yourselves comfortable. It's not like we had any other choice. Besides, Fairy's here too, so that's gonna be fine. Yes, totally fine. You okay, Agnes? Are you feeling a little under the weather? No, I'm perfectly fine. Never been better. Anyway, the plan was to gather a little bit more information before dinner, right? Then there's no time to waste. Let's drop our luggage here and get back to work. Okay. Should we start with the old guy at the general store? Sure, sounds good.
Reward deposited.
2,000 Mira. Interim reports can now be turned in. Can write a report from an inn or a room van is using on the job. Regain your SP. Healing, you can cook in kitchens. So do we have enough for a rank up? That is a lot. I didn't think we were that busy.
Keep this up.
Rank up.
I'll be taking that.
Gladiator headband. Hello. Okay, so I am going to do stuff off camera involving equipment and stuff, and we'll pick up here probably in the next video, depending on how long this next part is. I'll see how I edit all this together for the first chapter and everything. Anyway, I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching,
Take as
and
long as you need.
goodbye.